Cool. And how did it, in terms of like scheduling or shoot days, did you guys just like find time to shoot it, or did you like set like, all right, from this beginning of this month
Right.
until this, we're just gonna
Well, we
go
would
at
do
it?
it. We would do it. 2 weeks. We would figure it out. It's like, okay, we're probably gonna shoot this date. Let's shoot for that. And like a week or so before, we would know we were shooting before that. So that's how we did it. And we did our first shoot date. It was 8 shoot days all in all. And then so the first day we did was in the end of March. We did 2 days in May and then 2 days in June. 2, 4, 5. I'm missing some days there. Well, I mean, there were work weekends. That's why. So
Yeah.
we did 2 weekends in May, 2 weekends in June, and 1 weekend in 1 day in March. So
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So
Was
How
it in March or April?
it was end of March.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
how long how long were the shoot days typically? Like full days?
Well, we had one day. Our longest day was 15 or 16 hours, and then
Yeah.
our shortest day was about 6 hours. What was Grand Park?
Grand
6?
Park was probably 6 hours,
Yeah.
including traffic.
Yeah, so
So,
spend
yeah.
between, and then usually 8 to 10 hours for the average.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds like fun in
Yeah.
hell.
Well, yeah, no, it is. I mean, we love the work, and it is hard work. I mean, but that's the kind of hard work,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people want to be doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So-
feel you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, basically, I'd say that we were very lucky because the people who were in it, especially the actors, were not in it for the money.
Right.
They just
were-
loved the script and they wanted
Yeah.
to do it.
They weren't getting
Yeah.
paid very much.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they
Well-
weren't in it
Yeah.
for it.
Well, that's the
anyway.
trick. That's the blessing, is to like find really find people to connect with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And no, we were very lucky. I mean, that's the thing. We were just very lucky,
Yeah.
especially with actors.
Yeah.
So.
And I do think that cooperation with people I mean, the person has to be courageous and give people with somewhat not an extensive experience a chance as well, because sometimes those people would do it for a small amount of money or for free, just because they want a chance to work on something.
Yeah.
Like
the
there's a guy.
filmmaking experience.
Exactly. To me, for example, I really want to get this film scored, and I know a guy who goes to a scoring school in Spain, and he is basically willing to do it for a very low amount of money, and the thing is, many people might actually find it hard to cooperate with someone over the internet and,
Yeah.
saying, oh, now we need to do like Skype sessions and stuff,
Yeah.
and that's inefficient, it wouldn't work. In my opinion, you have to take your chances. You
Yeah.
don't really have the luxury of choosing.
We can't do this.
Yeah,
we
you
can't
don't
do
have
that.
$1 million to find. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if they're good, I mean,
Yeah.
they're good. They're good.
Yeah.
Find a way.
But I know, unfortunately, I went to film school, and in that, in the film school, I would find some students who would only seek working with the best person, or with they would.
Not the best person. I
They-
don't know. They usually want to feel like they're on set, so they need 25 people on set. They need to be spending thousands of dollars on a certain location, or they need to be using film.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Those
It's
are all kind of
comprehend.
fringe
I understand
aspects.
the using film, or I understand certain
It's
preferences,
fun,
but
and something that we'd always want to do. But to us, the essence of what we're doing is about telling a story. I mean,
Yeah.
these fringe aspects of the image of it, or having a bunch of people on set, or spending a lot of money for a location. These are all kind of fringe aspects of what behind what really matters, which is again the writing,
I agree.
the storytelling, and that's what
Just
the
having a
writing
good
and the acting is.
film. Yeah.
Right. So.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty much So the film will be done
Around September, probably.
hopefully before then. So hopefully we will have a final cut, and we'll be submitting to festivals by the time August comes
Yeah.
around. Because
Oh, nice.
we wanted August 15th, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of our due date.
Deadline?
So, yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah. You guys have like a website up for it, or is it
Just
like
we're on
YouTube?
we're on Vimeo. We're on just our teaser's on Vimeo right now, and we have a Facebook page, Lana Golan. It's facebook.com/Lana Golan Film. So,
Check it
yeah,
out.
check it out. And you can find the teaser on Vimeo.com/Henry Todd Films.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's our thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. I still got to see the rest of
Yeah.
the last one that you did.
Oh yeah. We can't wait to see it either. We're because we're watching it, but we obviously haven't seen it from beginning to end yet.
Yeah.
We're
We
more than
basically,
halfway through.
Yeah,
We're more than
probably
halfway
more
through.
than 60%.
Yeah, we have
Oh, wow.
less than a quarter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, definitely more than
Yeah.
more than 75%.
Yesterday we finished editing one of our
Yeah.
most improvised scenes and
Yeah.
improvised scenes.
Yeah.
And it was
We're up
a
till 2 in the
challenge, yeah.
morning. We're like fighting about it. Like no, it looks like that. God damn it. So.
Yeah.
But it's all fun. I mean, in the
Yeah.
end, you look back on it.
Yeah,
You're creating
exactly.
for God's sake. What are you?
Yeah.
We're not working in a coal mine, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I always say. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to fight about. So.
You're not flipping burgers.
Right. Well, yeah. So.
What do you guys think is your next project gonna be?
Well, we have a few that we have in mind, like the sci-fi one we were talking to you about. We did a lot of pre-scripting for that, and I've never actually really done outlines before, and we have a very extensive outline. We built the whole world and everything already, so now it's kind of just about sitting down and putting it on the page, the actual script, that is. We have that. Tell them about a couple of your things that you have in mind.
Well, basically, I was planning to do some film on I was thinking of utilizing the chance that I have Henry here to make a film about veterans, basically, you know.
Oh yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah,
we just talked about
that's
that
a new
one.
idea that I have in mind, because one of the things that you see in veteran films like Rambo, for example, and you know those films.
Yeah, the
a
trauma.
guy, exactly. The person comes back with a mental disorder or something, you know, and he's like this super hero or Hulk person, you know, who just blows everyone up and so
Yeah.
on, you know. So it's more of an action. They take they make it more into an action film kind of thing. you know?
Yeah.
And honestly, I like most of the homeless people that you see every day are basically veterans who are not finding support from the government, you know, and who
Yeah,
suffer from mental.
they're basically like used up, and then people are just like, all right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd love to
So I don't understand why
tell
people
the story.
join
Yeah.
services anymore. It's like, are you crazy? Like,
Right.
aren't you used enough just like living here?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, I always would never do it. You know, would tell people never do it. But I suppose some people just don't know what they're getting into. I have a friend who wants to do it, and they do it out of like the thought of glory. I mean, some people just play too much video games. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so it's brainwashing. It's some people don't have an option. Although I don't know. It's kind of I don't know. I mean, to me that's how I see it. But of course, never. It's like I personally don't understand it, but I can see why. I can only guess, basically.
Yeah.
You know. So.
So
But,
so this story would cover like a homeless veteran.
Basically, that's what I had in mind. So it's still in its initial stages, you know. But basically, I want to talk more about the humanitarian aspect of it, not just. It's not about a homeless person. It's about what pressure and what violence does to a person. Even if you come back to a peaceful place, you carry
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
war
all.
with you. It's all
Yeah.
inside. Yeah. So basically, that's what I want to be talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as you can probably tell, it's a very, very new idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to tell them
It
about.
sounds cool though.
Yeah,
It sounds
yeah.
very cool.
So, and me myself, it's the same thing. You start one thing. Like I don't know how many features I have written or
Yeah.
unfinished features. Basically, I have about
Yeah.
3. And you know, you feel a certain way about them, and then you kind of just drop them off. I mean, that's kind of the whole process. And then you finally do something that you, I don't know, not necessarily like more, but something you just kind of ride along with.
Yeah,
Because-
just
Yeah, what I
it
think
comes.
is that writing is an exercise.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, basically what you do when you write is that you explore your own thoughts and you find inspiration, different things, you know. It doesn't need to lead to something, but you have to believe that practice makes perfect.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very true.
yeah, the more
So-
experience, the better.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
the story so far in this room. What are you
Sounds
up to,
cool.
man?
What am I up to?
Yeah.
Man, I've taken on fucking way too much shit, and
Yeah.
it's like I love it, but it's
Yeah.
you know how it goes. It gets
Yeah.
stressful. Like right now, Death Cat, my band, my band, which is like a mixed media band. It's
Right.
primarily music, where the live shows have becoming more and more theatrical with like, you know, we have a robot in the band. Right now, we've been doing Death Cat versus the Mole People, which is a song, a live show, a comic book composed out of photographs that took
yeah.
that I thought would be like easier than shooting a film.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's harder.
Yeah, so
Alright.
so many. Just because you had to pose, and then like people didn't read the scripts. Like, I'm thankful my friend, who was the photographer, that she was part of it, but she didn't look at the script. I couldn't get people people are just so like that's I don't know. And so it was kind of all over the place. Like
Yeah.
I was originally like, oh, we'll start in November, be done, January.
Yeah.
Didn't start till January. Shot, I think, the last thing in April.
Okay.
And then a lot of it was like green screen. So I've been like just spending hours on Photoshop every frame in the comic book,
Right.
and then that's essentially going to turn into. So then we're going to go on tour, and then there's like live aspects from that story that are like played out.
Yeah.
That we're gonna film, and then it's gonna be put together into like an experimental video, mostly of like the stills.
Interesting.
So that's been that's been eating up a lot of time, and we're about to do this U.S. tour, which is crazy because we've never done anything like
Yeah,
that.
that's cool.
And then I've been, and then in the midst of that, we shot a short called The Horrible Experiments of Dr. Quack,
Okay.
which is kind of just like it's like a homage to, if you've ever heard of The Phantom Creeps, which was like a Bela Lugosi serial from 1938.
I should probably. No.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't that great, but I'm like real into like old B movies, like B
Yeah.
horror movies.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like playing up that, where I was this mad scientist who was like horror and comedy, and my friend has a studio with like a doctor's office and stuff. So,
Okay.
and it was like, it's like my band acting in it.
Is it kind of like, are you like a fan of Roger Corman and people like him?
Oh, definitely,
Okay.
yeah, with all
Alright.
the Edgar Allan Poe stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Interesting.
Cool.
So we did that, and then I still got to edit that, and then I'm already, like, my mind keeps going, even though I've only done one draft, but it's a project that's been in my head for years called Psychedelic Psychopaths, which is
Now, which was the one that I saw?
telepathic telephones.
Okay, telepathic
Yeah.
telephones. And
What-
are you still submitting that one and everything, or?
No, that's kind of like, I finished that like 2 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
And like, I think I'm going to do maybe not one last screening, but one
Yeah.
last screening with all that, like, the four-dimensional
Yeah,
experience.
that's what I was telling her
Yeah.
about. Yeah, you'd like pop balloons and stuff at the. I've never been anything like it before. It was an experience, that's for sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'll take that, if anything.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
compliment.
No, it was interesting. It was cool.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the last 4D screening in August 21st at this place called Cafe Nella, just because it's like, it gets pricey.
Yeah.
Like as you saw, not a lot of people showed up. It's hard to get people to show up to them in LA for some reason. But
Yeah.
back east, it's a little bit easier.
Well, yeah, because you're from Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's some. Everyone is just so in their own thing here.
Yeah, everyone's
hard-
doing something.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
hard to, and I don't know the trick yet. I haven't cracked it myself, but to building a kind of community. That's why I like things like this. I mean, that's why I went to your screening. I mean, it's just about kind of building a community of artists and
Yeah.
whatnot. Because without it, I mean, you're kind of just dead in the water unless you get lucky. But again, you can't build yourself up without being around people you trust. I mean, that's why we're planning on, keeping this pretty tight knit.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't let anyone try and break up your band, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
So, kind of the.
Yeah, those collaborative relationships are important. I mean,
Right.
it's just important for communicating, and you find people that you resonate with.
I mean, that's the only way you can keep going. So, or build up. I mean, otherwise you're just kind of dead in the water solo.
Yeah.
Well, I think probably because Los Angeles is a bit special because the industry is here. So
Yeah.
people kind of measure success with tangible stuff, as in, did you find an opportunity or not? Did you start making money or not? So it's not basically about the art of filmmaking.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that people who are I'm not saying that the people in the industry are not into art, but what I'm saying is that sometimes being in an industry could be a distraction from the art because
Oh,
you start
totally.
thinking, you start thinking about the tangible achievements, And fortunately, your motivation sometimes comes from your surrounding, from the people who are surrounding you. So if they were like, okay, where are you going with this film? Oh,
Yeah.
so it's not gonna get you any
Right.
winning here or there. So you're most probably a loser, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, judgment
The
from
results.
the people
I mean,
based
there's
on,
always a result,
Yeah.
and for us, we just say the result is the finished film.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of just whipped cream. It's just kind of.
Yeah.
It's just the process to get there.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
It's valuable in its experience itself.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like what I mean. You know, you just look at like I was just working at a movie theater last year, and it's 95 maybe more percent of like the films that come out are like shit because it's like people recycling and reusing or trying to do stuff that's safe, and they're surrounded by these people that have worked on other projects that are safe but not really saying anything. And then when you're like in those safe grounds, where does your inspiration really come from?
Right. Right. Well, there is no inspiration. That's kind of the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's ironic. It's like
Yeah.
as a struggling artist, you're like, I just want success, and then maybe
it's
if you're
the wrong
Yeah.
result. You know.
Actually, it's interesting because I was reading about the change in the studios, even, and people who used to lead the studios were basically artists, and
Yeah.
they came from, they didn't come from business backgrounds, as in they were not coming from business schools. So they really
Right.
cared about, putting something out there for people to,
They had a little bit of taste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I-
Whereas
yeah.
now it's all about business people basically are trained to, and it's not their fault, but that's how you're trained in a business school, to look at statistics, to do things safely, to
Yeah.
think about revenue and so on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that becomes the
And there's kind of so now what you sort of have is this collective social thing where like you say, people are just not taking any risks, and in fact that's what people were doing. That's how
Yeah.
that is how people pretty
Yeah.
much do. If you want success, you must take risks,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
I mean,
it's-
even Steven Spielberg actually complained about that. Because his life has been he covered a long span of the film history
Yeah.
in
Oh, yeah.
the U.S.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he's been filmmaking
all throughout
forever.
the 80s.
Yeah.
It's a
And
household name.
basically, he says that he misses that there's no more risks being taken and so on. So if the great filmmakers are saying that, so
Take a
you can
listen.
only imagine.
Yeah.
yeah. So.
Yeah, I always think it's interesting. It's like, I guess just with like the internet and the accessibility to technology, like there's like it's I don't know I don't even know where I'm going with this one
Yeah.
other than like I don't know, but I often just think about like it's like you have the internet, which there's like a sea of like crap and good stuff and everything
Yeah.
in between. Like you'll have like a 5-second interesting thing, 5-second like what
Crap.
the fuck is
Yeah.
this? And then everybody has their like preferences and such.
Yeah.
And so it's like weird like even like I probably can't say that.
I mean, like things like Vimeo, for example. What it seems like, especially with DSLR. I mean, that's what did we shoot on? We shot on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema. So things like that.
What's
things,
the Pocket Cinema version?
It's like the Blackmagic, but it's like
tiny?
It's
Yeah.
literally this big.
Oh,
you
wow.
know?
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant camera. I would suggest any independent filmmaker at this stage, even
Yeah.
higher,
Is
use
it bad with lighting like the regular one?
No, it's actually pretty brilliant.
It
You just
depends
got to get
always on
the
the
lens.
lens,
The
yeah.
lens. No, but it powers pretty well. Well, the one thing is the batteries only last about 30 minutes, so you have to
Oh,
have about,
shit.
you have to have about like 10 of those or more. But other than that, it's great.
Yeah.
But with these like smaller cameras, with the ability to make films is getting easier. So now you have perhaps more diversity, definitely more diversity, and perhaps more competition.
Yeah.
The question is, what kind of talent rises to the top, and what does rise to the top, whatever the top is. But what
Yeah, that's
what
the
does
other
it?
funny thing. It's
Yeah.
like who are like even thinking of like actors, just with like media in general. It's like who like I don't know if it's I don't pay attention to shit anymore in the mainstream
Yeah.
at all, but it's like who really is like a new famous actor that's consistently in anything really like
Yeah.
since everything's become so I guess like diluted or like
Yeah.
recycled or like who is the last like it's almost I don't know. I mean, I guess there's people doing stuff consistently. Like you
Yeah.
have all those amazing Michael Bay movies.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I mean those are. Yeah, I mean those are the studio picks. I mean, to me, I feel like those studio picks, people like the Michael Bays of the world, they're kind of mixed in with the military-industrial complex in sort of
Oh yeah,
a pretty direct
propaganda.
way, honestly.
Propaganda
Yeah, pretty
bullshit.
much. I mean, everything you see on the billboards is. I mean, things like that are crap. I mean, you have stuff like I haven't seen. What is it? What the hell is the name of the Apple guy? Who did Apple? Who created Apple?
Oh, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, so things like that. I mean, I haven't seen it. So anyways, I don't know. I mean, you have all these new voices coming up, so we'll see what will happen. I mean, there's so much more existential problems now. So filmmaking almost seems small sometimes. You know?
Yeah, sometimes I think about that too. I mean, I just think about like going real out there. Like I'm just like, well, everything's transient. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to like, I'm not even trying to figure it out, but like
Yeah.
coming to the point of like making stuff that's purposely like transient or like
Yeah.
works in like a circle. But I guess what I was gonna ask, or what I was getting at before was like, do you guys see like you were talking about like, good quality filmmaking or artists like rising to a top, or even having some sort of like I don't know, I guess just like
Yeah.
familiarity amongst each other, like
Yeah.
across, whether it's like
It's interesting.
individual community to like even
Yeah.
like the country to the world, like how there once was.
Well, I think there's definitely more diversity. I think you have more industries now than you did as far as film, like more industry capitals. You have one in the South, you have one in the Midwest. So it's growing. The question really is, I mean, yeah, people ask where's film going to be, and we're asking serious questions: are where are we going to be?
Yeah.
I mean, because we do have existential problems like nuclear war and climate change. I mean, these are real problems. So the question is,
Yeah, pretty
and all we
scary
can
shit,
do, yeah,
actually.
exactly. And all we can do is kind of reflect what we're in, basically. I mean, and even these Michael Bay films that you see, while they are a certain type of propaganda, if an alien is looking at these Michael Bay films, they are seeing something reflected in human society. So if anything, we're at least the way I see it, if you're making films, you could be doing some sort of anthropological thing, Like if they dig up your films, they're gonna see something and they're gonna be like, oh, this is what human society was
This
like.
is their record of what was going on.
Right,
This
exactly.
is why.
I mean, that's the best. I mean, that's at least that we can do.
I mean, I guess none of us really over here know for sure, but you guys think like the like all this shit going on in terms of, because it's fairly obvious at this point. At least I guess it's not obvious enough, but things like climate change and like war and just like all the fucked up shit we keep
Yeah.
doing to each other. Do you think it's like intentional as like a form of actually like destruction and like I guess like perversity of like life in general, or do you think it's more of just like a ignorant, like greedy, like I'm afraid, I just want to keep consuming
Well,
more blindly?
I'll say my piece on this first, basically.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
well, I mean, so what's the question then? What is our like direct nature? Are we a lethal mutation? Are we something like a cancer, or are we just kind of ill at the moment? Is this kind of just a temporary sickness that we could perhaps heal and get over? We don't know. We can only do our best. I mean, there are some people who just want to race to the precipice out of either cynicism, greed, or ignorance. And from their point of view, they'd be like, we're not racing to anywhere. What are you talking about? But the science is there. When we're talking about climate change, for example, the science is there. The argument is over. It just is.
Yeah, my uncle. Here, I'm gonna pause real